Those who want to sacrifice their integrity and fail the people of South Africa, they can do to that alone. As WoMkhonto is a party, we are not party to that.
Izindaba ngesintu, umbiko wohlakalo lwekomiti elikhethekile ugxekwa kakhulu. Iqembu lomkhonto wesizwe liphume ngamandla lenqaba umbhalo olungiselelwe yithimba labeluleki bezomthetho lePhalamende. Khumbula, ngomuva kophenyo, yithimba lezomthetho elibhala umbiko futhi amalungu ekomiti kumele awamkele ngaphambi kokuba ufike kusomlomo wePhalamende. Ilungu lePhalamende le-MK Party USkosana uphakamisa izinsolo ezingathi sina. Uthi umbiko uvikela abantu okufanele babhekane necala. Ngokusho kukaSkosana, amanye amalungu ekomiti abavikele ngenkuthalo abanye abathintekayo.
Indeed, it's not only the MK Party after what happened yesterday, but indeed there's some members. Hence, I was giving you one example.
Yeah.
Adams is say this report is 100% correct according to him, but we know why. And Saul, Honorable Saul, we know why PA is been against General Mkhwanazi and other generals, and in favor of others. I mean, it's not a secret. You can go on Hazard, you can go on PGM and get those recordings. But I must say this to you. I think as the MK Party as well, and as a representative of the people of this country in Parliament, the 400 of us, we are saying we cannot fail the people. I mean, we've seen Parliament in the last 6 administration. There were some gaps. And then the 7 administration where MK is participating, we are saying we are not going to tolerate a shielding of anybody. You know, we don't even want to go historically the legacy of what happened to the other administration. But for now, we are saying, and I'm still saying this, I'm vindicated. I've spoken about Kanye many times, but I was vilified by some members in the committee. It's there. It's not you can get it. You can go on YouTube. You'll find it.
Ugxeka kwakhe okubukhali kuqondiswe kuGeneral Kanye, ongakaze avele phambi kwekomiti elikhethekile. USkosana uthi uKhanye uvukelwe nguJulius Malema nabanye, okuphazamisa inqubo yokuziphendulela. USkosana uphinde wahlasela ilungu lePhalamende lePatriotic Alliance uNoSauls, owasekela uhlaka lwesibili lombiko ethi uyawamkela. Kodwa uSkosana uthi uSaul ungumsangano ngoba usola uGeneral Mkhwanazi ngapha futhi uvikela uFediel Adams.
But today we've got an egg on our face because some members were protecting and defending some of the people not to come before us.
So
now, Bongi, now you must remember as MK, we've raised the issue as well of the issue that we did not dwell much. In fact, zero. We never even touched the issue of correctional services and the judiciary. And General Mkhwanazi was very clear about that to say there's a lot of corruption happening in these security clusters. And indeed, it has been unraveled. We uncovered a lot. And in fact, those other matters, before even Madanga Commission, they were unraveled, were uncovered by the other committee itself. But for this report, this preliminary report, I think it's a concern, irrespective that is not a final report. How do you get to clear so many people, shield so many witnesses? It tells you that there's some third force, you know, so, in these issues. But that has to find out why is this preliminary report misleading. Those who want to sacrifice their integrity and fail the people of South Africa, they can do to that alone. As WoMkhonto is a party, we are not party to that.
Lokhu ngokusho kukaSkosana kukhombisa ukuziphendulela okukhethiwe futhi kwenza buthaka ukwethembeka komsebenzi wekomiti.
Is it your call that the third draft not be made public until you've deliberated on it? And then some of what you've told us tonight, for example, with Major General Feroz Khan not having appeared before yourselves, are you putting that in the report as an indictment to yourselves as a committee for not having pushed for that to happen?
No, not to MK party members, and in particular myself. I've raised those issues more than 5 times in the committee that Major General Khan must appear before the committee. You can, hence I was saying to you, can go to the Hansard.
No, I've been listening to the record, but I'm asking that, are you then going to put that in the report as an indictment
No.
of this particular process?
It is.
I know you say not to the MK party, but as an indictment, is that something that you've submitted to those who are drafting the report and the legal team to put as something you as a committee should have done and done better?
We've done that as MK party. We've done that. We wrote and put inputs, you know, after the first draft was released. But we were surprised that our numerous proposal, which we submitted, you know, were diluted, reformulated, or relegated to referrals on the annexures under the disguise that the evidence was untested or contested. This created a dangerous precedent, Bongi, whereby political connected individuals simply avoid accountability by refusing to testify before Parliament. I mean, the issue of the president for him as well, for us even to allow him to respond in writing, we sent him, we treated the president specially. He's the only person who only was sent questions, then he responded in writing. And in fact, he could not even be able to give us those respond in time.
Yeah.
He had to ask for extension. So we are refusing to be drawn into the conclusion that we must own this report.
Ukwenqatshwa kwalombiko owuhlaka yi-MK Party kukhombisa ukuhlukana okukhulu ngaphakathi kwePhalamende. Kusasele imibuzo, ingabe ikomiti lizibophele ngempela ekuziphenduleni noma ingabe izinhlangano zezepolitiki zibumba umphumela? Izindaba ngesintu, siyakuhlaziya, siyakubika. Balisela ukuthola imininingwane eminingi ngezimpi zepolitiki zaseNingizimu Afrika. Subscribe.
One, are you not
No,
owning... give me a sec to ask you the question. So are you saying you're not owning this report, but also secondly, are you saying that the support staff has already failed even before they give you this third draft that would then incorporate, they're supposed to do, incorporate everything that you've asked for?
Let me say this Bongi, is that us as members of that portfolio committee, this report before it was presented to us, I guess they've sent the chairperson. And I think it was not supposed to go in public as well. I mean, you know, this parliament does not have a good record in the eyes of the public, since its majority shielded President Ramaphosa on the Phala issue. Hence, Chief Justice Ngobo and his team said that there's a prima facie which the president has to deal with here. Hence, we've got the impeachment committee. So we cannot afford, we cannot only say the staff. Where was the legal team? We've got the legal team here. We cannot only blame the administrative staff. And I must say, this kind of findings that makes the public doubt, even it will make the public even to doubt the impeachment committee, you know, before even start its work. Well, you know, I know, you know, even in the constitutional court, there's dissenting views. If so be it. As MK Party, we won't be part to where people are going to be children.
Okay, so there was, of course, that caveat that was put in the beginning. I know you speak about dissenting views. There was a caveat that was put in the beginning when the presentation was made to say that the committee will find majority findings and minority if need be. Would that cover you if that were to be the case?
Indeed, that will cover us. Remember, Bongi, Parliament is a constitutional oversight. A constitutional oversight function cannot be reduced to producing reports that acknowledge failure while avoiding responsibility.
So the chairperson...
how would South Africans think of us as lawmakers?
So the chairperson has dismissed, and I'm sure you've seen that statement, right? Has dismissed what he calls the reports as premature, irrational, and gullible, and wishes to place on record that while the committee has begun deliberations on the draft preliminary report, no conclusions have been made, and also saying that he's appealing to members of the public to have confidence in the committee and in Parliament to act in the best interest in the quest to safeguard South Africa's criminal justice system and to ensure robust oversight is conducted. And once the committee has concluded its processes, the Speaker will then inform the National Assembly, etc., accordingly. So the committee chair is sounds like he's asking for restraint until the process is finalized, and saying that they're not going to actually, basically not going they're going to take seriously the issues of oversight, though. And you are seemingly disagreeing with this, but he's made that in the statement.
I'm saying to you, instead of, those findings demands consequences. And as well, the chairperson as well could have done better, because that preliminary report, they sent that to him first and the secretariat. Instead, that report appears to be carefully being crafted to protect the political architect of the government of national unity, by ensuring that no senior political figure face a definitive parliamentary accountability. And I must say this, and I must emphasize this to you. We are calling for a genuine independent process, free from political interference. Unless those members who were drafted, they've got their own, they are diluted with their own parties. That should be investigated, and all implicated individuals without any fear or favor, including members of the executive, senior sub-leadership, and all persons alleged to have exercised improper influence over the state's institution should be held accountable. Right. Hence, we had this ad-hoc committee.
So your party was in court, of course, among the parties that were seeking to oppose the president's interdict, to stay the work of the impeachment committee. Do you think you've put up a good fight so far?
Lastly, before I answer that, Koli, Bongiwe, I just want to say to you, South Africa today cannot restore public confidence in its criminality justice system through political negotiated reports. That's what we are saying as WoMkhonto WeSizwe Party. What happened today in court, to answer your question, indeed, it was evident that the president was really being misled for him to even challenge this. I mean, we've been there, some of us, if you remember, Bongiwe, the section 194, what happened there. Then the PP tried to go with the Western Cape High Court to have a review. It tried to have an interdict, but indeed, the judgment was clearly to say, no one can stop the parliamentary committee. There are separation of power as well, but we want to see whether we are going to get the same judgment. But as things stands today, of what I was hearing, though sometimes it must be misleading when you hear judges saying other things, but the judgment says something else. But indeed, we are very confident that we've got a case with our progressive partners in this impeachment committee.